Good evening, people. I've spent my entire day wrestling 3D files. I originally wanted to find a Tamagotchi file online that I could alter to turn into a bag, but I was really struggling and ultimately came to the conclusion that I was gonna have to build my own CAD file. I've literally been doing nothing else the entire day than working on this CAD model, and I really hope it pays off. The back is not done yet. We have a nice little ring, we have a little antenna. I'm hella proud. I wasted another entire day on finishing the front of this Tamagotchi, and there's some issues, but we're gonna ignore them. So there's this little star bauble that I'm working on right now. We got it done and she looks fabulous. If you are interested in making this bag yourself, I put a link in the description where you can download the 3D file. And then I moved on to 3D printing everything out of hard plastic. The star is so fucking cute. This is the back plate. And then I wrote Ali B2000 trademark because that's me and that's how it should be. This is the top connector part. It's gonna be stretched over like that. It's gonna look so good. The main piece. The back has a shit ton of supports on it. Look at that. This looks so sick. This is how I'd be looking like, and then you guys see it? This is my giant ball chain necklace. I ordered one that's way longer that you can then hook over onto the star like this, and it will essentially be the handle then. I think it works. I just taped it together for now. In the end, it'll be like slightly squishy. Someone asked me if I just scanned my mini Tamagotchi to make it big, and I was like, girl, I wish. No, for some reason, oh, she pooped. So I'm preparing the file for my SLS print and I chopped it up. It's 27 pieces. It looks so funny to me, just packed and stacked. I found a giant carabiner. Also, I got my ball chain. It's just this, but giant. It's gonna be on here. This is how you're gonna carry your bag. Isn't that cool? Also, the TPU soft printed pieces are done. I just got the tacks. I get to dig them out of the nylon bedding, and it's kind of like archaeology. So in this brick are my 27 pieces that I got to dig out, and after removing most of the residue with a brush, I sandblasted them to make sure that they were completely clean. We're back from our little outing. I have 28 pieces like this now. Super cool how bendy they are. Here's the one with my name on it. I cut the pieces to have a little bit of a lip everywhere, so that way they fit inside each other perfectly. So some of the pieces have these like rips in them that I need to reprint, which kind of sucks. And it's Friday, and I have to wait till Monday to do so. And I'm like, ah. But it's so satisfying like how these pieces fit together. I'm like, I need to do some experiments now because I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna glue these together. I was planning on using rubber cement to glue all the pieces together, but somebody recommended flexible super glue to me, so I ended up buying 2 different versions to test which one was better. I just concluded my experiment, and I concluded that my own idea was the best. These are all the back frame pieces. I'm gonna tend to put on too much glue. Now we wait 15 minutes. Took me about an hour, but we have the back piece now. Let's do this. We have glued together the giant Tamagotchi. She's squishy and flexible. I made sure to line up all, you know, these details and stuff, and it's created some gaps. The thing is, the leather that we're putting on top is so thin, like you're gonna see the gaps. Here's the plan. I have different gel nail polishes. We're gonna fill these gaps and cure it because I need something in there that's like stiff but still gonna like hold. And then I wanna go over it with like a Dremel. For comparison, I filled some of the gaps with clear UV nail polish and some with UV resin. For the record, I'm not enjoying the experiment. It doesn't look like the nail polish or the resin is like properly attaching to this. We're just gonna keep going. We learned something. Number 1 is always wear glasses, I always forget. This is all I was left with. It looks like we can mold the plastic. So it turns out I was massively overthinking things and I was just able to like melt everything together with the Dremel. Does it look uglier now? 100%, but everything's smooth as a button. Hyped and excited about that. I chose the connector piece to cover in leather first because it was the smallest, so I added a layer on the 3D printed piece as well as the leather and then wrapped everything around it. Update time. I spent another like 2 hours filing these pieces down because the initial gluing test that I did, like it still showed there where the seams were. Here you can still see the seam a bit right there. Overall, it's a beautiful piece though. We also covered the little connector piece. This one turned out really well because this piece is so large, it is like trickier to glue nicely. We're gonna now attempt this piece. This one I'm still not entirely sure. There are a few creases from like poor storing, but we're gonna use it anyway.
I came to the conclusion that I would have to wrap the front plate in 2 pieces, so bit by bit I added glue to the piece as well to the leather and started wrapping it around. I roughly cut the star shape out of the leather and glued front and back, and then cut off the excess on the star, and I did the same for the strip in between.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's update. I managed to cover everything in leather. It's looking sexy, beautiful, gorgeously stunning. So far I have no complaints. This is the front. It's looking so cute. I love the little knobs. They make a sound when you pull them out. This is not one leather piece, this is 2 leather pieces. You can tell by here and here that there is a cut. The rest I cut along the edge strategically. We are gonna go over this with some leather filler as well, a little bit of paint. This star, it's looking very gummy. I just wanna bite it. I don't know. I glued this piece in. We did a little test stitching. From here to here is what I sewed. It took me about an hour because I'm sewing through 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of leather, 2 layers of rubber. I pre-punctured the holes already with my leather sewing machine.
This definitely helped me keep an equal distance when sewing by hand, but did not help at all when it came to getting the needle through the rubber and the leather layers, so I was really struggling. I cut the logo out of a self-adhering vinyl plastic and stuck it on the front piece. I used a beauty blender sponge to dab on the leather acrylic paint and to work up a couple of layers of this.
I finished painting the Tamagotchi logo, and for the back plate I just made this part white. It's time to peel it off. I'm always a little scared about this step, so it's always just a little bit scary in terms of ruining the leather around it a little bit. Shit. Okay. Some of the paint came with the edge here. We're just gonna have to... What do we do about this? This has never happened to me before. I'm like, okay, it does look like it's generally being an issue. The paint did peel off certain sections. It's okay. We're gonna fix it by hand, which is really annoying, but it'll be fine. I've been fillering the star and the little buttons the entire day, and it looks super smooth, and I was so excited to paint them purple. I mixed so many shades of purple with all the colors I've had, and I think what's really missing for this is a neon pink, and I'm really mad about it. I went so far as to using my James Charles palette. I scraped some of this hot pink shade out to mix into the paint. It was not enough, unfortunately. But what I did instead, I drew out the way I want the flames to look. The Tamagotchi here is so crisp. I'm so pleased. In general, I don't know if you guys see, but you know, this is where I had seam going for the second leather piece. Like, this is 2 leather pieces. And I feel like I fillered and painted it so well you can't tell, which I'm really proud of. Tried to recreate that here. There's like a crack there. We're gonna continue. I don't know how yet, but we will. Trust the process. Well, we are back from the dead. I'm still trying to mix this shade of purple. So technically all these paints, they're like specifically formulated for leather, but they are acrylic. So I was like, and then we're gonna mix and then hope that the amount of whatever it needs to be leather paint is in there. Regular acrylic paint isn't as like flexible, but the thing is this star doesn't really move much anyway. Like, it is rubber, but like it barely moves. And this is a lot more pink than the hot pink that I have here. I was right. I've done some insane color matching here. With the sponge again, I'm literally just dabbing. Mini dab. Update time. This is what our situation is looking like. I did not sew around yet. This is still all being held in place by like a little rubber band here and glue. And I'm dreading the sewing, not gonna lie. It's gonna take me multiple days for sure. But it's just so nice to hold. It's exactly the texture that I wanted. And I'm very proud to announce to all my haters that my hook in handle works. As you can see, it looks like a regular unfinished Tamagotchi, right? How would you carry it? Well, you could hold it like this, obviously. But my personal favorite, you hook it around the star and it's a bag, y'all! And you can pop it under your arm. So I'm currently attempting to sew this.
Finally had the energy to go back to the most torturous thing I've done in my entire life. This took insanely long, and I was clearly having a fabulous little time. Not only was the process of sewing through all these layers torturous, but it also took insanely long. Not gonna lie, there were times where I thought I'd never see the end. To experience some contrast, I used a laser cutter to laser engrave a piece of acrylic for the screen.
Well, I'm back from the dead, aka school. So I'm really excited because I laser cut the screen. It smells a little horrendous. Fits perfectly into the Tamagotchi I made. Shout out to Past Ally for mathing that one out. I did not paint the background yet on here because I did want this as a reference. So I already cleaned this a bit, but we're gonna clean it again. We're really gonna get in the grooves. We're gonna do so-called flooding. I don't know if this paint is liquidy enough. Kind of like, I guess we're gonna do it with flat black after all because I need it to be liquidy, and this is an older paint. We're just going in with a bunch of paint. That was too much. Honestly, toothpicks for the win. People don't toothpick enough. Okay, so this turned out rather ugly. I mean, it looks good. Shout out to my brother. He hooked me up with this paintbrush. This tiny, skinny ass paintbrush. And it's been serving me left and right. This is gonna take a while. In true Ally nature, it's now dark out. But I am getting further on the screen. She's looking pretty cute. I also painted this little square on the screen. Fits in here nicely, as you can see, and I just need to keep painting. Okay, you can do the peel. Oh, sorry. Do a good peel. Oh, it's... Wait, let's zoom in. Ooh.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
I just want to add that I made a guy do a baby freeze. And I hope that makes the video. Oh! Do you see how crisp that is?
Did I do well?
You did so well.
Hello people, welcome back to the update corner. Here's where we're at. This is what the background is looking so far. I did decide that I want to leave these two sides blank because I think at this size of a Tamagotchi, like I think it can be visually overstimulating. I'm gonna add like a little burst into the center here though because I think the center needs something. As for my little acrylic piece, I really thought I could fill in the paint a lot smoother. I really wanted that distance between the background and the actual image, but it just kind of looks like shit. Did have the thought originally, like, you know, if you flip it around, you have this like super smooth, perfect plastic surface. Things are closer to the background. If I press it against each other, it's just like directly on the background. Do you see that? So that was what I was trying to avoid. So flipping it obviously isn't gonna work because the music notes are backwards and it's really fucking with me. So I think I'm gonna have to re-laser it mirrored. I'm currently working on this funky little pattern and it's turning out a lot funkier than I thought it would. This is fitting quite nice. I am impressed with myself at this point. And then all that I need to add on is these little half moons situations here. Wish me luck. Hello people, welcome to the land of Lucerne. We're doing the easiest but also the most boring part of this bag now. So this is a beautiful piece of Alcantara, which is some random sample piece that I got at a thrift store once. All my bag interiors are made of it. I already made the pattern. We just need to remember, Ally, don't be dumb, add 1 centimeter. Thanks, past Ally, for the reminder. I want to say pray for me, but this part probably doesn't need any praying.
I pinned my pattern pieces down, cut them out, did some more cutting, pinned them back together, sewed them. Pretty basic sewing steps here, honestly.
I'm nowhere near being done, but we successfully sewed this funky little egg shape. There's a little bit of overhang, obviously, because I need to like be able to fold it over in the end. Things are looking so good, and I just wanted to say in the past weeks, this was probably the easiest thing I've done. Like, invested 3 hours maybe, perfection, satisfied, just everything you could ever want. We're gonna have to do cover for this piece as well, right? So in true Ally bag nature fashion, we're putting a piece of aluminum in the bag. A few of my bags just need a little structural integrity. We're gonna glue it into the inside of the back plate, and that way we have just like a little bit less bend. So we're gluing that down now. Guys, I'm pissed. Don't talk to me. We're currently pulling another illegal move that no one believes in. Added like a little bit of glue around the edge here, a little bit here. The haters are gonna say it's fake, but I feel like it will work. The only thing I'm really dreading is the sewing. I came to the realization yesterday that I will not be able to sew it with the machine, and we'll have to sew everything by hand again. It's gonna take like 20 hours or so. I know that sounds like I'm overacting. I swear that's just how the cookie crumbles, okay? Ooh, guys, I'm a little stressed here. Okay, she's in. I think for the most part, we did pretty good. We're in the final stages. The screen is in. I'm gluing in the lining right now. I've also been toying with the idea of like not sewing down the lining. Is that a mistake? Maybe, but I feel like that is something we can always still fix. I'm putting a lot of trust in this glue, but honestly, it's not bad so far, so I'm kind of like, I added this little metal bit, which is gonna help secure the whole closure. Shout out to my dad for being my #1 custom hardware supplier. I did sew a line here to secure like this leather piece here, because that's what you're always going to be ripping on essentially by opening and closing it. So I do plan on sewing it down on this end as well. Sounds like it's going to be a torturous experience though. I suppose I'm supposed to do that now actually. I don't want to.
So I put myself through one last time of sewing this bag. I squashed her underneath my leather sewing machine to get the line that I needed. And I did scratch the leather a bit, and I was so frustrated that I could not look at this project anymore. So shout out to my friend Ginny for finishing the last stitches. And here she is, people. She is done, she is alive, and she's currently enjoying her Italy vacation. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please let me know. I'm happy to answer and help. If you are interested in making this project yourself, there will be a link in the description for the 3D file. Also, I would love to see pictures of how your guys' turns out. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you would like to see my next project where I make a giant iPhone 4S mirror.